Good evening to you, televiewers, and welcome to the 6 p.m. bilingual newscast on Equinoxe television. In this edition of the newscast, we'll be telling you how renowned activist or secessionist leader known as Ivor de Sancho Yenyo, popularly known as General Ivor, is no more. He was killed today in Teke, that's a locality in Kumba in the southwest region of the country, by elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion. Plus, we'll be taking you into Kongsamba, where the Archbishop has mass words with action by moving to various localities to grant humanitarian aid to internally displaced persons of the Anglophone crisis to better celebrate the feast of Christmas. Details and more in this edition of the newscast. Once again, good evening to you, and thanks for joining me in this edition of the 6 p.m. newscast on Equinoxe television. We begin with our lead story. Just as you heard in the headline, the renowned secessionist leader Ivor de Sancho Yenyo, popularly known by many as General Ivor, is no more. He was killed this morning, that's in a locality known as Teke in Kumba in the southwest region of the country, by elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion. It occurred at exactly 7 a.m. today, according to security sources. He was killed in a raid last today in Teke, a locality in Kumba in the Med Division of the southwest region, by elements of the Rapid Intervention Battalion. Just like I earlier indicated, that was at about 7 a.m. and other secessionist leaders have equally confirmed the assassination of General Ivor by the Rapid Intervention Battalion, who are bent to capture more, with special tactics put in place as a way to regain peace in the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon, as well as Cameroon at large. And now we take you to Kongsamba, that's in the Mungo division of the littoral region, where the bishop has mass word with action by moving closer to internally displaced persons of the Anglophone crisis, granting them humanitarian aid in order to enable them celebrate Christmas, just like your brothers and sisters in other regions of Cameroon. Details in this report. In order to enable displaced Anglophones celebrate Christmas like their brothers and sisters in other regions, the Bishop of the Kongsamba Diocese calls on everyone in various communities in Cameroon to celebrate in solidarity with the internally displaced persons of the Anglophone crisis. Preaching by example, the man of God taught many localities: Bomono, Babenge, Pendamboko, Mbanga, Mombo, Penja, Lum, Melong, Kongsamba, including Sancho in the Menua division of the west region of Cameroon.
And we came to tell our brothers and sisters from northwest and southwest, we are with them. They must feel at home. What we prepared is very few, but I ask all our Christian communities to prepare more so that they could have a good meal at Christmas and New Year.
At every stop, bags of rice, cartons of soap, vegetable oil, and other foodstuff variety were granted to the suffering population, not excluding words of encouragement.
Many of our brothers and sisters are suffering, and I told them we are sad for their sadness. We are really sorry of what happens. We must be aware of what is happening.
Beneficiaries saluted the gesture of the Catholic Church in reaching out to internally displaced persons of the Anglophone crisis.
Today I go chop. The other people they don't go chop. Other ma pick them. When they go see what you go carry, say na Papa Bishop don't get. They could be with happiness.
For 6 months without going to your house or without going to your farm, it's not all that easy. So I want to thank the bishop so much for that which he has brought for us to manage life.
Some of them recounted how life has been tough away from homeland.
Even the water we drink, we cannot manage. It's making us to be sick every day. For example, my children here, they are even sick. So we just manage it, just that there's no other solution. We are just managing.
If not, we go have no losses on my other people. Therefore, yes, I hold 8 pikin. I not getting for chop. Only for way at the sofa for here. Big girl will be right cap. You not succeed because of too much running.
Hundreds of children still retain what pushed them out of their regions.
They will shoot one of my uncle, and the uncle survived, so one to put cotton here. I'm praying for the authorities, the war should end. I should go where I belong.
I'm born in a house, kako, my dressing.
Getting to 3 years, the Catholic Church, national and international minds keep dishing out opinions on the Anglophone crisis, a crisis which is far from ending as many lives keep perishing and thousands displaced.
It's very important for us to fight against this invisible enemy who is trying to divide us, be Muslim, Protestant, from other confessions. We receive everybody. We take over here what the National Episcopal Conference decided to create solidarity.
All those displaced are now looking up to the National Demobilization, Disarmament and Reintegration Committee, created by Paul Biya, President of the Republic of Cameroon, to ensure the return of peace in the northwest and southwest regions in particular, and Cameroon in general. And still talking about the celebration of Christmas that's in less than 4 days, it should be noted that city dwellers in Boya, chieftain of the southwest region, say the Christmas might not be celebrated in that part of Cameroon, the advancing poverty as well as insecurity and gunshots that prevail on a daily basis. Details with Derry Jato.
Great supermarket in Boya, days to Christmas 2018. Many traders here say they are in the market with their goods, but have not stopped counting their losses.
Next man I see with female dresses like jeans. Actually today I'm sitting like this, I've not even sold it.
These traders also revealed that they have been burning out their calories to convince their potential clients, to no avail.
It's very slow, the business has been so slow.
Some have even changed their line of business, hoping the luck will come their way.
By this time, I don't ever say that kind of thing when I see our whole employee. I don't ever say that thing way, na Christmas thing, this kind of time.
The things that traditionally accompany Christmas and New Year, like the purchasing of new outfits, are not important to a Boya man. Many here are still very hungry, and their goal is to survive.
Now only one day, all man they run around. They don't see me at work. I don't pass, so they don't go out. I don't know to know what happened.
And it is frustrating for both the potential client for being unable to shop on the one hand, and the traders for risk going out of business on the other.
Because if I come to the market and I can't sell my jeans, I'll be forced to sit at home, and sitting at home make me to overthink and thinking might lead me to something that is wrong. So they to try to look into the crisis that we are going on, that is going on.
And the both parties are pointing accusing fingers in one direction. The poor management of the Anglophone crisis, which has now graduated into an armed conflict in the region, has put them in this mess.
Actually, Boya, I don't think there will be Christmas in Boya. I don't think there will be Christmas in Fako. Yes. Because in those our days, Christmas used to be, I mean, like, at least place used to boom. But these days, I got no sign of Christmas. The crisis is very, the crisis is
ready or not, Christmas is here.
Christmas in Ziderijato is here, and in the nation's economic capital, Douala, most students will be celebrating in tears, others in joy after the report cards were shared today, most of them succeeding and some of them failing, and the authorities have advanced that to disciplinary measures. And it should be noted that the end of the first term was marred by sharing of report cards today. Our reporter Immaculate Fogwe taught some secondary schools in the economic capital and put together this report.
Friday, December 21st, 2018, marked the end of the first term of the 2018-2019 academic year for public schools across Cameroon. At Lycée Bileng de Deido, students gathered as early as 9 a.m. for the official closing ceremony. The first term in Lycée Bileng de Deido was characterized by a series of challenges which authorities described as indiscipline.
If you entered and saw the gate in the notice board, you would have seen pictures of children who were dismissed. And I would like that before you leave here, you should go and film those pictures. Right? You should film the pictures and show them there that these are the students who were dismissed in the Lycée Bileng Daido for indiscipline, aggravated indiscipline. Our intention is not to dismiss children, it's to recuperate children.
According to the Vice Principal, Seyabjep Maurice, the different acts that deserve either sanctions or dismissal include burglary, stealing, drug consumption, the possession of harmful objects in class, and finally, the consumption of drugs.
Sous forme de comprimés et même sous forme de tabac.
He, however, recounts a case of a student who was caught with a knife hidden underneath his uniform. This student was immediately taken to the police station for further interrogation. Kamwa Chachwat Naomi tells us her secret that makes her outstanding in her class exams.
To have this average, I was reading, sometimes playing, but not too much. I also want to thank my parents because they sent me to school.
Meanwhile, students who weren't able to make it for this semester advised to work extremely hard during the holidays so as to record a better mark for the next academic year.
And the government delegates to the Kumba City Council has blamed their poor execution and realization of projects in 2018 to the ongoing Anglophone crisis rocking the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon. Victor Nkelengo made the declaration during a council session, and the councillors adopted a budget of 1 million francs CFA. And Simanjikan Gabriel tells us more in this report.
Kumba, the headquarters of Meme Division of the Southwest region, has not been left out as the ongoing Anglophone crisis cripples business activities. The crisis forced the garbage company at one time to stop carrying debt, making the Kumba main market and that of Fiango alongside some streets to be inside debt. The discovery of dead bodies at random in neighborhoods in Kumba was also very common, and this caused several city council workers to be scared during the job. The traditional ghost towns also observed in Kumba, just like any other town across the Mongo River, also caused revenue collected by the city council to drop drastically in 2018. It was on this backdrop that the councillors of the Kumba City Council met in their council session Thursday, placed under the supervisory authority of the senior divisional officer Ndong Shambalen. The government delegate of the city council, Victor Nkelengo, was categorical as he blamed the ongoing crisis which has caused them not to achieve their 2018 goals. Victor Nkelengo, while hoping that 2019 will be different, alongside the councillors, voted a budget of 1,700,000 to embellish the face of Kumba in 2019.
Like the above. And now stakeholders in road transport have been trained on the implementation of special measures in the fight against road accidents in Cameroon. And Babila Jonathan attended a seminar to that effect in Yaoundé and put together the following report.
Thousands of people are killed in road accidents annually across Cameroon. The highways linking Douala, Yaoundé and Bafoussam are among the deadliest, and the high rate of accidents recorded on these highways have given them the attribute triangle of death.
According to the World Health Organization, we have about 6,000 persons that are killed every year in Cameroon owing to road accidents. And we have an objective in a synergy with the United Nations to reduce the number of accidents in our country by 2020 by 50%.
Findings revealed that many of the accidents are caused by reckless driving, coupled with the bad state of roads and vehicles plying the country's highways and intra-urban and rural routes.
70% de ces accidents de circulation sont causés par des facteurs humains.
To curb the death rate on Cameroon's roads, the Ministry of Transport has gone digital in its fight against road accidents.
The use of digital technology to fight against road accidents is one of the most efficient machinery today, because we count more than 90% of Cameroonians who are connected. We use the instruments that are used for digital technology.
These officials of the Ministry of Transport, road transport trade unionists, officials of transport and insurance companies, and other stakeholders were trained in a workshop in Yaoundé in view of ensuring the success of the anti-road accident digital strategy.
Connecting roads will enable every Cameroonian to take his destiny in his hands. Every Cameroonian is going to contribute in the fight against road accident, because before you embark on a journey, you have all the potential to secure the journey, and you have all the potentials to report a potential risk scenario if you are in a bus and the driver is driving irresponsibly, to enable the different actors, the intervention actors, to intervene, or to sanction road users that have refused to respond to the repentant pedagogic messages that have been preached, to able to educate them.
It will be launched in the days ahead.
The board chair of elections Cameroon, Eno Abrahams Egbe, has called on members of the ELECAM to concentrate on problems awaiting them in 2019 and forget about the irregularities witnessed during the 2018 presidential election. He was speaking recently, that was during an evaluation meeting in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. Details in this report.
It was a gathering that grouped electoral board members to evaluate their previous activities.
We will soon be wrapping the year 2018. Let this season be an opportunity for self-evaluation and review where necessary in order to rectify what must be corrected and face 2019, which will be another year of great challenges for all of us. Our goal is not only to celebrate past successes, but also to definitely face the challenges that await us.
Eno Abrahams Egbe, president of the electoral board, invites his colleagues to ignore irregularities registered during the 2018 presidential election and concentrate on the upcoming elections, notably the legislative and municipal.
From the beginning of the new year, precisely from 2nd January 2019, revision of electoral rolls and thus registration as a whole will resume across the national triangle in prelude to the legislative and municipal elections, as provided for by the fundamental law, the 18th January 1960 Constitution. The Electoral Board and the Directorate General of Elections intend to be in the field, prepared to organize and monitor these activities, and finally take necessary steps to ensure the success of this crucial phase of the electoral process.
Elections Cameroon is thus awaited in 2019 to brandish its corrections. During the legislative and municipal elections, the electoral board is greatly expected to work without barriers.
Elections Cameroon warmly welcomes the recent presidential decrees, which mark an important step towards a lasting solution of the current crisis, and usher great hope that upcoming elections will be conducted in a more harmonious and peaceful atmosphere, so that our displaced compatriots will be able to cast their votes in serenity at their constituencies of origin. With this in mind, we must therefore raise awareness and reassure Cameroonians of voting age, that their fundamental right to vote remains intact and even more safeguarded. In the same light, it will be necessary to continue the ongoing democratic dialogue by multiplying quality frameworks for consultation with all stakeholders of the electoral process.
The Electoral Board did not fail to congratulate itself for progress registered in 2018 during its fourth and last ordinary session for the year 2018. And Eno Abrams Egbe also presented some significant objectives that were tabled and examined at the 5th Annual Continental Forum of Election Management Bodies and the 8th General Assembly of the Association of African Electoral Authorities, which held in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. He believes Cameroon can enormously benefit from the outcome. Take a listen to him in the following excerpt.
For all intents and purposes, I'm pleased to announce that our illustrious institution has been nominated as the regional representative for Central Africa at the Executive Committee of the Association of African Electoral Authorities. At the end of the 5th Annual Continental Forum of Election Management Bodies and the 8th General Assembly of the Association of African Electoral Authorities held in Abidjan from 6 to 8 of December 2018, which I had the privilege to attend, some priority objectives were examined. We can quote, among others, the adoption of strategy to safeguard the independence of electoral management bodies, as well as the safety and integrity of their members, the promotion of a framework for mutual exchange of knowledge on the management of elections, the contribution to a smooth conduct of democratic, peaceful, and credible elections, the enhancement of capacities of efficiency and effectiveness of election management bodies, the production and dissemination of knowledge through advocacy for the development of new partnerships to scale up technical assistance. And you mentioned the rest. I can affirm, dear colleagues, that the task will be more arduous and our will must therefore be more decisive and our vision even more ambitious. All the same, allow me to convey to you the special encouragements of the African Union Commission and warm greetings from Mr. Yusuf Bakayoko, Chairperson of the Independent Electoral Commission of Côte d'Ivoire, and equally those of Professor Mbanda Kalisa, who chaired the General Assembly of the African Electoral Authorities Association, for the mastery, smooth and successful organization of the 7th October 2018 presidential election in our country.
And in health, kidney patients in the southwest region of Cameroon say they find it impossible to carry out sessions at the hemodialysis center in Boya, either because of lack of means or insecurity. And it is against this backdrop that the kidney survivor donated the sum of 500,000 francs CFA to Boya Regional Hospital as subsidy to kidney patients. Details once more with Derijato.
The economic hardship brought by the Anglophone crisis is having untold pains on patients suffering from kidney problems in the southwest region.
I'm a dialysis patient since 2012. We have so many patients who are, in fact, way down. You know, the socio-economic situation.
Mr. Tambe George, the president of the Dialysis Patient Association in Boya, says the security threat and poverty are aggravating the health condition of patients, as many are unable to pay their dialysis sessions or even get to the hemodialysis center because of security challenges.
It's not easy for patients to travel from the Kondo Titi, Kumbal, Limbe, Edinau to come here.
And today, the management of the Boya Regional Hospital is receiving a 500,000 donation from IA Foundation, a subsidy for dialysis fee.
The hemodialysis center of Boya is really happy for this Christmas gift.
This foundation also carries out kidney awareness campaigns.
So if you have constant checkup in the hospital, then you watch your diet and you do exercise, I think you have the chance to not to suffer from kidney problem.
Now in the southwest region, members of IA Foundation have made it public that they will be extending their activities to Bamenda and Douala in the nearest future.
Iya Bekono, she was a kidney patient and had a kidney transplant, and she was inspired to start the Iya Foundation because of her experiences, and she realized in the process of her own illness that a lot of patients need help in going
Musicians and other artists in Cameroon will soon be in possession of the sums of money they have been clamoring for, and ESCO members of their syndicate made the announcement recently in Yaoundé. For me, Armstrong Sander.
The executive members of the National Trade Union of Artists in Cameroon, SONACAM, have confirmed that the long-awaited money is now available for distribution.
What we are doing today is what we call repartition spéciale, that is special sharing of the money. Who is concerned for this kind of sharing of the money are the old members who are members of the past corporations.
C'est pour valider d'abord les commencent à toucher, à avoir les fruits, les premiers fruits de la SONACAM.
The information came out of an ESCO meeting that took place in Yaoundé. The meeting, according to members, was an occasion to finalize paperwork so that musicians and artists in Cameroon can begin receiving the fruits of their labor. According to Nkoti Francois, an ESCO member, less focus will be paid on squabbles and challenges that have rocked artist trade unions in Cameroon recently, but the proportionate sharing of the cake to build a better and strong trade union in the country. However, some criteria will follow the exercise, especially considering the fact that the money does not concern musicians only, but an issue of about 5 corporations.
We had a commission of what they call a commission of repartition, commission of who is going to have what, but basing on your past activities in the past other corporations, that is starting from Sokada, from Sosinada, CMC, Sokam, and up to now. That is why. So we know that the youth may be very anxious to come in, but what they are going to do, what they should learn is that they are going to come in now and register as ordinary members. When you got registered as ordinary member, there will be a time when that commission of identification commission will look into your works of art, admit you to the society, or to the corporation, and when the consumer will start consuming your music, that is when you will join our ranks to bear and to benefit from the fruits of your labor.
Artists in Cameroon for many years have not been able to taste of this money as a result of endless squabbles and infighting that have characterized the activities of these entertainers in the country.
And henceforth, the organization of the Miss Cameroon contest will be the rights of the Ministry of Arts and Culture in a bid to exterminate the scandals that have been plaguing it in the previous years and to clean its image. Reorganizing the Miss Cameroon contest, First Lady Chantal Bia will be its matron after the rights was stripped off in Great Solange Anugu by Arts and Culture Minister Narcisse Nyolekumbe. This is contained in a release made public yesterday, and it came after the former coordinator in Great Anugu Solange had already launched the 2019 Miss Cameroon contest. Arts and culture stakeholders have been reacting positively to this ministerial decision. And on to this note, the role of the media in promoting sub-regional integration featured in discussions in Yaoundé today between Communication Minister Issa Chiroma Bakari and equally Professor Daniel Ona Ondo, that's Semak, who is from Semak. And he is equally Gabonese by origin, and he comes to Cameroon to attend the CEMAC Economic and Financial Reform Programming meeting that will open in Yaoundé. That will be Saturday. And that's ending this edition of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast on Equinoxe Television. Thanks so much for being with us. Do have a splendid evening.